This is section 7.3, part 2. We're looking for the least common denominator of these particular fractions. What we need to do is we need to factor both of these. Now, neither one factors, but there are additions and subtractions, so I'm going to put these in parentheses. They have to work as a unit or they don't work at all. Now, for my LCD, I'm going to write down every single base that appears. I have an x plus 4 base, and I have an x minus 9 base. Now I go back and look for the largest exponent. X plus 4 only appeared once, and its exponent was 1. Same thing for the x minus 9, so this is your LCD. Okay, let's check out this one. I have x plus 2, and I have x plus 2 cubed. This does not factor. I'm going to put it in parentheses. My LCD, I have an x plus 2 base, and that's the only base that I have. Then I go through and I pick the largest exponent, and the largest exponent, that's a 1 there, that's a 3 there, so I use a 3. And then I am done. That is my LCD. Okay, so let's find the LCD on this one. I do have some factoring to do. For this one, I can factor out a z, and that leaves me with z minus 4. Okay. For this one, I have squares on the ends, but the square root of z squared is z, the square root of 4 is a 2. If I multiply these together and then double it, I definitely do not get a 3. So I need to look for two numbers that multiply to a negative 4 and add to a negative 3, which is going to be 1 and negative 4. Okay, so this one factors as z plus 1, z minus 4. All right, so now everything is factored. Let's find our LCD. I have a z base. I have a z minus 4 base. I have a z plus 1 base. And then I have a z minus 4 base, which is already listed. The largest exponent that appears on a z alone is a first power, so that's there. Now z minus 4 occurs twice, but the largest exponent that appears on it, it's a 1 there, it's a 1 there, it is also a 1 there. It doesn't matter how many bases, how many denominators it appears in. It only matters what your largest exponent is. And then I have z plus 1 to the first power as well. So all of this is your LCD. Okay, so let's look at this one. Everything is factored for us, which is great. Our LCD, I'm just going to go through and write the bases right now. I have a 7 minus x. I have 8 plus x. 7 minus x is listed, 8 plus x is listed, and then I have an x plus 2. Okay, largest exponents. Here I have a square, here I have a first power, the square is larger, so that's a square. Here I have a third power, here I have a fourth power, the fourth power is larger, so that's a 4. And then this only appears once in one denominator, so that's going to be it. All right. So finding a common denominator is our first step towards adding and subtracting, and then we're going to have to rewrite things. So what we're getting practice on now is they want us to write this fraction to an equivalent fraction that now has the denominator of 9k. Generally what you want to ask yourself is, what did I multiply this by to get to here? Well, to get to here I multiply that by 9. And if I multiply the bottom by a 9, I'm allowed to do that, but then I have to multiply the top by a 9 as well. So what's going to go right here? 9 times negative 5 is negative 45.